Moderating. So let's start. Fangirls, we all know what they are. Some of us even know what it is to be one. Your heart is racing, your thoughts are disorganized, you can't figure out if you should scream, laugh, or cry, or all of the above. If these feelings sound familiar, you're probably a fangirl too. As all of us know, fangirls are a huge part of the YouTube community and the Playlist event itself. This panel will expose you to some fangirl etiquette, what to do, what to avoid. So let's everybody introduce yourself.
Well, my name's Nicole, and basically, okay, fancy. So my name's Nicole, my channel is Fangirl Nicole, and I do like concert videos, and I also do like meet and greet videos, and like basically a little bit about myself as well. And so, okay, and basically, I don't fangirl over like one specific person. Like I fangirl over like characters in books, and I fangirl over like concerts and certain like YouTubers like Tyler Oakley, music, Fifth Harmony. You know, it's like all over. Just not one specific person.
Hi everyone, I'm Mason Zinzer and my channel is Mason Zinzer. And I'm a vlogger. That's how I could wrap up myself. I'm really tired. It's been a long day so far and it's only 10. So anyways, I've been girl over like big YouTubers like Ricky and Trevor and like Joy Graceffa. You know, it's honestly, there's just a lot of people on the internet and you just gotta watch them all. So yeah.
Hi, I'm Era, or Era Needs a Life online. I probably should have thought that name through. I fangirl probably over everything, from book characters to YouTubers like Dan and Phil, just like everybody. And my videos are kind of just like funny skits and just like things that are on my mind mainly.
My name's Aurora. My YouTube channel is Aurora Skies, and I do comedy skits and vlogs and pretty much talk about anything. And I'm a fangirl about a lot of YouTubers and different types of music and books and movies and a lot of different stuff.
Hey! My name is Courtney and I have a channel called Courtney Revolution. Talk about a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a lot of bit of pop culture. I fangirl mostly about two people. One of them being Ricky Dillon. You can't go on my Twitter without me seeing I tweet Ricky like 50 times a day. And Nicki Minaj, queen of the universe, queen of rap. And my channel is mostly based about, I don't know, I kind of do, I might do a skit in there, I don't know. Monthly favorites, bro, I don't know. I just think it up, I film it in my bedroom, and I upload it, and the kids live. That's all.
Awesome. Okay. Before we get into the deepest, darkest secrets of fangirl culture, we should probably identify what a fangirl is. The definition of fangirl is fluid and can mean many things. So, how do you guys define what a fangirl is? Let's go down.
Okay. I would define a fangirl as just like basically like a fanatic, someone that like obsesses over the person. There's like a different line between fan and like then a fangirl, because you're obsessed over the person and you're the person that like tweets them all the time. You're the person that subscribes to them on YouTube, like comments on their videos, likes them. You're constantly supporting their whatever they're doing. So that's what I see as a fangirl.
A fangirl to me is just a person who supports someone no matter what, and they will go to whatever extent to meet someone. Like, people are crazy, but it's so worth it when you meet them. You're like, I just met so-and-so, oh my god.
I'd say a fangirl is just like somebody who you kind of like devote like more than half your life to. You kind of like stan, which is like stalk. You're a stalking fan, but without actually stalking, because respect. But and all of that, and you're really constant in their content, and you really appreciate them as artists and as content creators, and you'll follow them through thick and thin.
I think there's a line between dedication and obsession between YouTube, and I think that's where it separates the fans and fangirls. Because if you're a fangirl, I feel like you're gonna, like Era said, devote a lot of your life to them and a lot of things you think about and talk about, and your friends are gonna get annoyed because all you talk about is this person. So, yeah.
Okay, so to me, the big difference between like a fan and a fangirl is a fan that's gonna say, oh, I like this person, or I love their person, I love this person, I bought their CD or I watched their videos, I subscribed. A fangirl is going to beg their parents for that $200 and that airfare is gonna play this live and wait in line 3 hours to meet their fave. And I feel like fangirl gets kind of used to like loosely nowadays. They'll just say like, oh, I'm a fangirl, like, oh, I'm a professional fangirl. No shade to Tyler Gill. But a fangirl like goes out of their way. Like fangirls are like, they like missed school like the past 2 days because they flew across the country to be here. So a fangirl is devoted, they are dedicated, and they love their fave and they'll do whatever it takes to like meet them and show their support.
Great. Before we move on, I just want to say, you don't need those kinds of friends to get annoyed at your passion. Okay, so the title of fangirl limits itself to the female gender when we know that female is not the only gender there is. There's many people that identify as fangirl. To fangirl isn't limited to a specific gender, it's an expression. For the non-females on our panel, do you identify as a fangirl or do you have your own term?
Totally a fangirl. Woo!
I second that. 100% fangirl. It's in my DNA.
I feel like, I'm not a boy, but I feel like over time the term fangirl hasn't been like specific to females. I feel like it's been kind of like a term that like anybody can use, because I have guy friends all the time who are like, I'm a fangirl. So yeah, I don't really think it's like gender orientated nowadays.
I think that it's fangirl because like people tend to assume that girls are more like they express their emotions and feelings more, so then that's when like fangirl comes into be. But like guys, they express themselves just as much in these events. Like yeah, the population is mostly girls, but like there are guys that like go hardcore for this.
I'm gonna add that more of them should, like, that should be a thing. They shouldn't just feel like obligated to keep their feelings in check because they're not a girl or whatever. Like that's dumb. Don't do that. Okay. As we can see online and in person, there are many levels of fangirls. Some are much higher or lower than others. It's important to remember that when you're in the presence of someone that you're a huge fan of, that they're just human beings just like everybody else. Sometimes people forget this and can take things a bit too far. I want there to be a discussion about the different types of fangirls and their levels and what's considered good etiquette and what might be a little bit pushing the boundaries.
I feel as if, yeah, like you said, they're human beings and we have to understand like there's the line and you can't just like walk up to them as a prized possession and like, oh my god, can I get a picture? Like try to make the best out of the moment. And like questionable fangirls, they just care about the pictures that they could just post it on Twitter and be like, oh my god, this person doesn't exist. And like it's not like that.
When you meet someone, there's like the right time and right place for everything. So like if someone's at dinner with their family and they're just trying to have a good time and it's like a private moment, don't like run up to them and be like, oh my god, like you're a YouTuber, I want to like get a picture with you. Like that is just something that really annoys me about YouTube is people who do that. But you know, everyone does their own way and that's why fangirls are crazy sometimes. I don't know, it's just a right time and right place for everything. Just make sure you like know your boundaries and not a lot of people know that. Yeah.
I think it has to do a lot with respect, because I saw a Tumblr post the other day of this girl who went up to this famous YouTuber guy, pinched his butt, and then left to get his reaction photo. And it was funny, but it got like 5,000 notes on Tumblr, and people need to some fangirls need to realize that's not okay, because despite that being funny, it's actually not, because they're human beings. You can't just you can't go up to somebody and do that in real life because that's sexual assault. So just because they're like famous YouTubers or something, that that shouldn't make it different. So it's all about respect, and like again, some fangirls can go over the line and like find out personal information about them and their family and like stuff like that. It's just not cool.
I feel like online especially, people don't really think about it whenever they're trying to stalk someone or find out more information about it. There's times where YouTubers will say, or just anyone famous in general will be like, you know, don't post this because someone from my school might see it and they don't want that photo on the internet because you stalk my personal Facebook and it's personal for a reason, but people can still get to that. So I feel like when YouTubers and famous people say not to post something and people still do, that's hugely a disrespectful thing to do.
So, when it comes to like that, I always think like two things. Keep it cute, and if it's going to be or if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. So like, just because you see your fave like walking somewhere, if it's meant to be for you to have an interaction or to meet them or hug them and cry, etc., like it's going to happen. Like don't like I was said before, like don't interrupt their dinner, don't show up at their hotel room, don't call their hotel room. So I think there's just like a line that sometimes fangirls cross, and it's just like, would you treat like your cousin that way, or like how would you feel if like someone was like treating your mom that way? Like treat your fave like you would treat your mom. It's like kind of like how I look at it. Like just love them, but like don't be a creeper. Respectfully, exactly. Like don't be like in their bathroom and all that.
I literally call my fave mom all the time, so it's cool.
I'm gonna add a little story. We're going like really fast, and I feel like because we're a little bit like nervous, so we're talking fast. Last night, some of us were hanging out with this YouTuber, and there were these two girls. It was really late. This was like 3 in the morning. We were hanging out in like the food court area. It was empty, and there was these two. I don't know if I should call them fangirls, but they like came like and followed us because one of the people that was with us, and he was going to the bathroom, and they were like sort of following, and it was like, but I don't want this whole panel to be like complaining about fangirls because that's not what we're here to do, and not everybody is like that, and we know what the boundaries are and how to be respectful and nice. I feel like everybody who is a huge fan of somebody, the first thing they do is they think a million times about what would this person think of me if I did this? Or everybody should. I feel like everybody should do this when they're a huge fan of somebody. Be like, what is this person going to think of me if I do this? Like, if someone ran at you and screamed at your face, is that, like, what's your first reaction? It's not going to be like, be my best friend. So, I'm sorry, I never sent it.
It's gonna be like, get away from me.
Yeah. Okay. The next, moving on, before I, like, fangirls and fanboys make the YouTube community what it is. Without fans, the content creators wouldn't have a viewership, and the same goes for fandoms such as Harry Potter and Doctor Who. They bring a specific excitement and happiness to the table that ignites a whole lot of love in the community. Fangirls can also make amazing content creators, like we can see from these amazing panelists right here. Why do you think fangirls are so important to the YouTube community or in fandoms in general?
I feel like fangirls are kind of like, it's kind of like our job to be like personal PR managers for like YouTubers, and so, in any like community really. Yeah, because like we're the ones like giving them promo online, like, oh, buy this, and then counting down the days until like their albums come out, and then like changing our icons to like their pictures, and like it's kind of like we're supporting them, and like we're, you know, telling people to like go out and like support them as well.
To me, I think fangirls are so important because, like myself, I would have never even started my channel without being a fangirl about someone, because they gave me the inspiration to start my own channel. And I just think that's like the coolest thing, is to know that someone inspired me to do something I never thought I'd ever be able to do. So I just think fangirls, without them, like what Sama said earlier, YouTubers would like not have a viewership, and like they're needed to like support and promo everyone. So yeah.
YouTubers would be nothing. Well, because it's like, you know, Playlist Live wouldn't exist. Nobody would be here, you know. A casual fan is not going to go, I want to spend $200 to meet my fave. because they wouldn't have a favorite because they wouldn't be a fangirl. And I feel like even with TV shows and movies, it kind of creates a sense of community. And with YouTube, YouTubers just kind of wouldn't be a thing. Like, they'd still get views, obviously, because casual fans watch YouTube. But it wouldn't be like crazy fangirls. Like, YouTubers couldn't write books because, you know, who would buy the books? Who would promo the books like they said about the promo? So I feel like YouTubers are kind of like nothing without their fans. And sometimes, you know, this is not complaining about any YouTuber at all, but like some YouTubers can, you know, talk down about fangirls and we get like a bad reputation, but it's like, we're the ones who make it all possible. You know, the fangirls are the ones who make it possible.
Like Nicole said and Era, they really do spread the word. A lot of the fandoms that I'm in now, I wouldn't even know that they exist without other fangirls. And once you post it on the internet, anyone can see it, obviously. So it really does promo them a lot. And like she said, we wouldn't be in events like this, like VidCon and Playlist Live, and just even fan meetups they make for YouTubers, because
I think that fangirls are super important because they help creators, they help businesses make money. Like, whoever thought to like cram like 50 million fangirls and their mothers and boyfriends and friends like into one big hotel and put like a whole bunch of creators like on the opposite side is like literally a genius. Like, shout out to you. Like, get these coins. But like, I think that fangirls are so important because of the support and the community. Like, I can love Ricky Dillon and you can love Ricky Dillon, but like, we probably would not have met like otherwise. Like, you know what I
we
mean?
make a lot of friends in the community.
Exactly.
Yeah. I wouldn't have met her.
Yeah.
And Phil.
Exactly. So like, I like fangirls because it's something that, for me personally, I can have like for myself. Like, when I go to work, my coworkers will be like, "Oh, who's Ricky Dillon on your bracelet?" And I'm like, "Oh." Yeah, I'm like, "Have a seat. Let's open up the Google image." Like, and it's just like, I love like being able to like share like that part of my life
It's
with
like,
people that don't.
I know everything and you don't, so.
It's like,
Let me share my knowledge.
like,
Yeah.
girl, open up this textbook.
I don't know about you guys, but I think it's hard to just like make friends these days, like in general. But if you're a fan of something, like for example, if you go to a Harry Potter convention, it's so easy to just be friends because you don't have to start with, "Hey, do you like Harry Potter?" Like, obviously they liked Harry Potter if they paid $250 to go to a Harry Potter convention.
Yeah.
Like that's okay.
Also, to add with his community thing, it's like, today I was just in line for something that I wasn't supposed to be in line for because I got lost. And there were these two girls in front of me, and we started chatting up a conversation about our meetups and like what we're doing that day. And we like instantly became friends. We followed each other on Twitter. It was, it's just like a sense of community. I met like two of my best friends from YouTube. I stalked one girl on YouTube, and she became my best friend. And it was. It's just like a sense of community and how like you can go up to anybody, and even if you have different favorites or you don't even like each other's favorites, you can still like have like a connection of being totally obsessed and really weird, I guess. So yeah.
Does anybody else want to add anything?
Especially with YouTubers, because in their video they're going to talk about, like, you talk about Nicki Minaj and Ricky Dillon, and if someone watches your videos, they're going to be like, "Oh, well, I like him and Ricky Dillon and Nicki Minaj," and if you meet someone in that YouTube community and they happen to like the same thing, you guys have even more interest, so that really builds a community on that too.
I have one more question that I want to add out of curiosity. What are your guys' favorite interactions that you've had with your faves?
I have a story too that I want to add.
I think the favorite interaction has to be like when people remember you, because like, as I said, like Tyler, and I've met Tyler every year from Playlist since like 2012, and
Oakley, right?
yes, Oakley, the one and only. And so, yes, exactly. But like every year, and so like it comes to a point where now like he recognizes me, and anytime I see him, he knows who I am. Like I've gone to like every year I would pick his meetup, except for this year obviously. But and then I would go to like a slumber party, and like we all got like onesies, and then like he always remembers you, and he always makes you feel loved, and that's like the best part.
Aww.
Yes.
Anybody else?
Well, I actually had an interaction with one of my favorite YouTubers last week. I am going to school in Vegas, and Jorger Sefa was there, and it was the coolest thing. I was just walking around the strip, and he was there, and he was generally one of the nicest people on YouTube I've ever met, and that just was like another thing is to me, one of your inspirations. It's just like wakes you up, you're like, oh, these are people, and they're super nice and genuine, and I just thought that was cool. So yeah.
Okay, do you want to hear something lame? Yes. I've never met a fave.
Yeah. Me either.
Yeah, okay. You're all my faves. How about that? Well, oh, never mind. I met Felicia Day. Does anybody know who Felicia Day is? She's a YouTuber / on Supernatural, and I drove up to Austin because I live in Texas, and we, I drove all day just like to meet her, and the experience is so weird because you see somebody on a screen, you look at their Twitter, and then you finally meet them, and it's like they're the same, but they're also really different. It's almost like they actually know you. They're like, look at your face, they see you, and you know that when you like go home, you know that they saw you, they know who you are, and you might never meet them again, and you might meet them again next week, you never know. So it's a really cool experience, and I will be meeting plenty of faves this weekend, so I'll have more stories.
I live in a very small town of 1,000 people, so I've never met like a famous person or a YouTuber or anything.
Hey, you will this weekend.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
because this is my first year at Playlist Live, so I hope to meet people. Yeah.
Hey, I have two. Is that okay?
Yes, go for it.
So, let me tell you. The first one, I don't know if you guys know, but one of my favorite people, she's in the room. Her name's Shelby Waddell. Let me tell you a little story. Okay, so it was in this very hotel, right? I'm sitting with my boyfriend, that's my boyfriend. We're in the hallway, and all of a sudden I hear a commotion, and I hear, Ricky, Ricky, Ricky. And I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna be Ricky right now. And I get up, and I walk, and there's no Ricky. But through the crowd, I see one Miss Shelby Waddell. And I was like, oh no, I have to meet her. And as I walk up to her, I'm like, hey girl. And she's like, don't I know you from somewhere? And I was like, no. I'm like, no, you don't know me. I'm like, no, know me at all. I'm a stranger. I was like, but hello, my name is Courtney. And so we hit it off, and she just walks away. But I don't know, ever since then, we've been friends.
Life-changing, kind of.
Yeah, like we've just been friends since that moment. And my second one happened at VidCon last summer. Okay, so we know I love Ricky Dillon, right? Ricky tweets that he's going to be hosting Andrea Russett's best friend competition. And I was like, okay, I have to go. Me, Christo right here, and my boyfriend, we run. Well, I run, they run. I run to the area, and I'm like pushing these girls off the way. I was like, bye, Ricky, like, you gotta move. So I'm there, and I'm like, I want to say second round. And I guess I didn't have enough people for the contest. And Ricky's like, oh, we need one more person. And I love me some Andrea Russett, but like, I don't know like when her birthday is, but I was like, I need to be in this contest. So I am like, just imagine like a sea of people, and there's like this flailing black kid. I'm like, oh my God, pick me! And Ricky's like, oh, how about you? Just like blindly, like, how about you? And I get up to the stage in front of all these people, and he's like, hey, what's your name? And I look at him, and I was like, Ricky, come on now. Like, I do it all day, every day. And like, there's this moment, like it's on tape, where it literally, he instantly recognized me. He goes, oh, I know who you are. I know him. And he like looks at the crowd. He's like, I know him.
Like the elf from Elf.
And I was like, Ricky knows who I am. And I was like, I'll take it. And then we hung out. And it was really like a blast. And it was like, that's probably like my favorite two interactions.
That's impressive.
That's really cool. I'm gonna add my story.
Okay, good.
Playlist Live 2011 was like my first convention in general ever. One of my friends had sent me a video from Playlist Live's channel because at that time I was like Mr. Guitarman's biggest fan. And they sent me the video where they announced that he was going. Jack and Dean were the ones who announced that. So I watched that video and I was like, these guys are funny. What's their channel? So I went to their channel, and then before I knew it, I had seen every single video on their channel. So I was like, well, I guess I have a new fave. And then I went to Playlist Live, and they were like, okay, I don't know, who was here at Playlist Live 2011? Nobody? You. Well, I know you, Mary. So all of Playlist Live was like in that room that's right behind the You Now stage. Like that was everything. There was 3,000 people there. All the merch tables were just like around the perimeter. There was a little stage in the corner, and it was so easy to run into people. So as soon as they opened the door, Jack and Dean were like standing right there, and nobody was talking to them because they're British. So I guess like nobody knew them at the time from here. And I walked up to them and they said that I was the first American to recognize them. I had this whole planned out. I was like, I want them to remember me, so I'm gonna like make them friendship bracelets and do all this stuff. And when I gave them the friendship bracelets, they're like, oh my god, we've never received gifts from fans before. And then like they followed me on Twitter. Jack doesn't follow me on Twitter anymore, but that's not important. But they like know who I am and they like say hi to me, and it's like I still don't believe it that sometimes they would call me their friends to other people. Like I don't believe it. I still feel like I'm a fan, but I'll never tell them to their face that. Like I'll be like, yeah, we're friends. Whatever.
Can we talk about the rush you get when you get noticed by a fave? Like whether it's in person or whether it's online. Like Dan Howell has said my name in like a live show or something, and it just the rush you get when it like happens, it just gives you adrenaline and it's crazy. Have you guys ever? I'm sorry, I'm becoming the moderator apparently.
No, but I actually do have a story like that. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know who Bing is. Slomo Zobo, he's friends with Jack and Dean, and I know about him because they would like tweet about him all the time. In 2012, he had this project called Past Bing, Future Bing, where he would post, like he made a bunch of videos every other day in 2011, but he didn't post them. And then in 2012, he did the same thing, but he posted both. So like 2011, 2012, 2011, 2012, like every day. And I had this other plan where I'm like, we're gonna be best friends. I'm gonna comment on every single daily video until he gets to know me. And he started in January, and it was like around, I think, May time, where he would do like live streams, and somebody asked him he was going to VidCon. So someone was like, who are you most excited to meet at VidCon? And he's like, well, it's not like a famous YouTuber or anybody, and if she's watching the live show, I'm sorry if she's embarrassed, but I'm excited to meet Sama because she comments on everything and she likes my stuff. I'm like dying. And like that's another person who like says I'm his friend, and I'm like, no. You guys, go.
What was the question? To be noticed?
Well, if there was like any, okay, I'm the moderator apparently. If there was like any experiences where you've been noticed and just got the rush feeling, you know, like online or something.
I feel like that happens all the time, but like I can't think of like one specific one. I know like most recently, like I flipped out when like Playlist retweeted me and like liked that I said retweeted me on the panel, but like I can't remember like one specific person at this moment.
Anybody else have good stories?
Dan Howell told me happy birthday this year,
Oh,
and I made a whole video
congrats.
freaking out about it.
I have one, and I kind of broke the law, so like don't judge me wrong. So basically, okay, so Nicki Minaj has this Moscato beverage, and it was like when it first came out. And I know that I needed to have it because I knew I wanted to make a YouTube video about it, and I was like, she's going to live. And so my best friend had turned 21 like a week before me, thank God. And I was like, you're buying it. And so we took like 3 trains. Like at the time, like in New York, it was like this like one like mini mart like by Columbia, like in the corner, like down a dark alley. And so we bought it, and literally like in his grandmother's like dark living room, like set up my camera, no tripod, it's on like a bookshelf. And I literally like filmed this video, and I was like, Nikki, girl, this is good. Ooh, bitch, I can't believe you made this. Girl, this is delicious. Everyone go out and buy mixed Moscato. And so I was like, okay, she has to see this. And I like serial tweeted her, like,
Oh my god.
look at this. I was like tweeting like Mona Scott, who's like the CEO of like, I was like, girl, you need to watch this, girl. It's so good. I loved it. And so like I had like finally given up. It's like my 21st birthday. I was like, you know what, girl, Nikki didn't see it. I'm gonna drown my struggle in the club with a couple drinks. So right as like I'm getting ready, I've got my cute outfit on, my phone is like having like a seizure, and I'm like, what is happening? And I look at it, and all I see is that Nicki Minaj retweeted the video, and she just writes, oh my God,
Oh my
like
God.
a whole bunch of like exclamation points. And I went, oh.
Yes!
Oh. That's all I did. I was like, oh my God. And my best friend's name is Donovan. I was like, Donovan, she did it.
She knows
And he was like, bitch, what? And I was like, she retweeted the video, and she said, oh. And like I even like called my boyfriend. I was like, Nicki Minaj. I was like, I can't.
Can you verify
My
that?
little, but yeah, that's probably like my I started sweating. I had to like re-shower. Like it was intense.
Well, now I have to watch the video because
It's
that's I know.
horrible. It's horrible.
It couldn't be too bad.
It's like in the dark, bro.
We did.
It's like in the dark.
Now I remember. Okay, so this happened like a year ago or something, and it was back when like Fifth Harmony was on tour, and every single show they would go to, they would pick a picture from like an audience member, and like, they would post it, and like, oh, photo cred to this person, and so like I was like, I'm gonna do this, like I'm gonna get it, and so like I posted like 50 pictures, and I'm like, one has to get it, like come on, and so like I was waiting, and like I can't sleep, and I kept scrolling, like nothing's happening. And when I wake up in the morning, my phone is like going crazy, and I'm like, what is this? Like, what even? And so I look, and then they posted my picture on Instagram, and like they tagged my Instagram, and then they did it on Twitter as well. And they were like, oh, thanks, I went to Charleston. They're like, thanks Charleston, photo cred, fangirlnicole. And I was like dying, they followed me, they like, it was going crazy. I still get notifications to this day of people liking that tweet. Like, it's insane.
Okay. Does the audience have any questions before we go?
Yeah, so I have a question. You guys are all fangirls and you really like people, but what is it about these people that make you want to be, you know, their stan or their fangirl or whatever? Like, why do you fangirl over them? Like, what's the person?
I think if it's just that they're really like true to themselves and real, and they're honest and open, and like it's not like you can kind of relate to them to a certain point. It's not like you're like this untouchable prized possession. Like you can like get to know them, and like you feel like you're best friends with them to a certain extent.
Like Nicole said, I completely agree with her on that. Like being a fangirl, to me at least, watching someone's videos every day, it's like being their friend basically, and they're inspiring. I said that earlier, but literally they inspire me to be myself even more than I ever thought I would be. So yeah.
I have an obsessive personality. This is why I don't drink alcohol. Well, okay. Obviously, I have an obsessive personality. I obsess very easily. Ever since I was like 12, I used to like stalk Doctor Who, like actors and stuff. I've been forever. I think it's because, you know, when it comes to like fantasy and TV show, you're really into the fantasy, and then when you start watching YouTube for the first time, your mind changes because they're real people. You know, they're not paid actors. Well, not all. Most of them are not paid actors, and they're like, you know, they're in their bedroom. Like, you see where they live, you see their daily vlogs, and you know so much about them that it's kind of creepy. And it's like you're their best friend, and they inspire you, even though sometimes you've never met them. It's like having an internet friend. It's really cool.
I feel like if they seem like a genuine and good person, and I can relate to most of their content or tweets, or we have the same interests, then I'll probably obsess over you.
I love this question. I get asked this question kind of a lot, especially specifically about Ricky. And I say this all the time, especially to you all the time. I always say, like, I always feel like if Ricky would have grew up in my town or vice versa, like, we would be friends. Because we have so much in common. Like, just through watching his videos, I'd be like, oh my god, I would have said that. Or like, oh my god, I love that song, and like, no one else knows the song. Or like, no one else knows this artist. And like now, like through being friends with Ricky, I can confirm this. And it's funny because I would always used to like joke around. Like I'd be watching like a Ricky video, and I'd be like, wait till I'm friends with Ricky on Wednesday. I'm like, we would be such good friends. And like, it's true. Like it's crazy. Like people would be like, all right, Courtney, like you should see like my Twitter timeline sometimes. Like they'll be like shading me. Like back in the day, they'd be like, oh my god, one person tweeting the same person all the time. But like now, it's funny because like those same people are like, oh my god, you look so cute. Like, can we hang out?
You actually did it.
You went to dinner with Ricky? How did that happen? It's just like, Ricky's a genuine, he's a good person. Like even if even if he wasn't a vlogger, like I'd still be friends with Ricky if he was just like an average platinum blonde.
Well, now I gotta go to his panel since he's so great. Like I gotta start watching his videos. I like.
He is a peach. Like no one can tell me anything about Ricky. Period. He's lovely. I've never seen him do anything mean ever. Period. Ever.
I've known him since I was 5. Never seen him.
Is it okay if I answer this question too? I want to expand it to like outside of YouTube. I just think it's a lot of fun to just not hold back and just be as excited as you can be about something. Because it's like, why would you just like, if you really like something, why are you just gonna sit there and be like, that's really cool? Like, no, I want to go and be like, this is the best thing ever. That's just mine.
Also, I feel like you fangirl again with the community talk because you make friends. You like even like you obsess over what's a popular TV show. You guys were talking about Grey's Anatomy. Say you fangirl over Grey's Anatomy, and I love that show too, girl. It's okay. You fangirl over Grey's Anatomy, and it's like you can find people who have the same opinions. You can like get new perspectives on the thing you obsess over. So it's like, and it makes you want to obsess more. And like when there's conventions like this, it's like it gives you a reason to obsess more because you're like, I can meet this person. He's not a famous band. I could go meet him or her. And see, it's like it gives you a reason to fangirl. It's not just, oh, they're famous, so I'm never gonna meet them because they're famous. But like, it's like a different kind. They're like people, they go to these events, and it's just great. Yeah.
Can I just add one more thing
Yes,
before we
go for
move
it.
on? Like, the people that I have met, like, through Ricky is, like, insane. Like, my friend right there, Nat, like, literally at VidCon, like Ricky's, like, getting dunked for charity. And, like, I'm just there, like, just watching, and literally I just hear, like, Courtney. Like, we've been friends on Twitter for, like, since, like, Playlist Orlando last year. And, like, we're, like, me and my friends are all about to move to, like, LA. And, like, her mom is, like, helping us, like, find a house. Like, it's insane, like how different my life would be if I wasn't a crazy person. It's insane.
They inspire you to do that, so yeah.
Exactly.
Instead of using my obsessive personality to do drugs, and I do fangirling. Yeah. So yes, don't do drugs, do stalking.
Like, you're welcome, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, my parents always complain, but I'm like, I could be doing anything.
Yeah.
You don't pay enough attention. I could do anything, and I'm fangirling over people in my bedroom on camera.
Okay, so I want to thank the panelists for applying and being here and being all excited. And I think Kaylee has an announcement to make.
Or wait, some questions.
Well, is there any more questions? But
I have a statement.
We have time to take one more question because we're actually running over. But I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for being on the panel. Like, seriously, it's amazing. We have a couple, I just want to tell you guys, we have a couple other panels today. 11:15, YouTube and your career. 1 o'clock, we have the smaller channels panel. 2:15, we have the niche panel. And then at 3:30, if you guys have a channel yourself, we're doing speed networking. So it's like speed dating, but instead you're going to be talking to other creators to find people to collaborate with. So if you want to come and do that, that's amazing. Be here. We'll have everything.
Also,
set for you guys.
tomorrow at 2:15, there's a very special panel going on. Sunday 2:15. That girl's gonna be on it.
So
Giving
one
you a
more
free
question. We can do one more question.
or do you want to make your statement?
From being on the other side of a meet and greet, hundreds of meet and greets with Ricky and whatever, everything you guys said is dead on. And like I met Courtney and Mason in kind of a meet and greet setting. I'm friends with both of them now. So it's not, we don't see you guys as like, that's a fan. No, it's more than that for us too. And we appreciate everything. But everything you guys said is dead on. Like seriously, good job.
Thank you.
You represent well. Seriously.
All right. I think that concludes the one about fangirls.
Thanks for
Thank you
coming.
guys
You all
for
were
coming.
wonderful.
Thanks so much. And subscribe to me on YouTube.